Welcome back to our channel. In the animal kingdom, you have your genius species such as the dolphin, the chimp, and the octopus. And then intellectual abilities vary from there on out. But at the bottom of the list, like the very last name, you'll find the koala. Here is why koalas are the dumbest animals to ever breathe. Upon first glance, koalas look incredibly adorable and cuddle-worthy. They do have strengths, otherwise they wouldn't have survived this long. Examples of this include the ability to climb trees with sharp curved claws. They also have a wicked roar that will catch you off guard. But that's about the extent of pros when it comes to being a koala. Dubbed as the green Earth's dumbest creatures ever to breathe, a lot of the world doesn't make sense to these intellect-lacking animals. It's not their fault though, it's their bodies actually. Koalas boast one of the lowest brain-to-body mass ratios of any other mammal. While research about koalas and their brains is still ongoing, it's generally believed that their brains fill only a whopping total of 70 to 75% of their brain cavities. More than that, their brains are almost smooth, not folded like most mammals have, but more on that later. So even early researchers who studied koalas after European settlers arrived in Australia found themselves confounded at the koalas' intelligence. They found them to resemble sloths because of their shared sluggishness. They even ranked them lower in terms of their intellectual abilities. You can find koalas in their native Australia. Most likely the koala you'll find will be asleep. See, a side effect of their dumbness, let's say, is that they use the least amount of energy possible. Here's where koalas can be envied. They have the ability to sleep around 18 to 20 hours a day. Expelling as little energy as possible, you'll find each of their moves to be slow and deliberate as they move from their sleeping spots to get food and back again. It's safe to say that koalas aren't the brightest bulb in the box. Usually, they're not aware of their surroundings. A volcano, a bushfire, a car could be coming their way and they won't pay attention.
Come on, that's the way.
Again, they're only focused on getting as much sleep as possible. If it's raining, koalas won't even move to find shelter. Instead, the poor creatures will sit in the pouring rain. In bushfires, koalas have been observed still sitting at the bottom of trees. Scientists continue to study them, mostly out of disbelief that an animal could be that colossally oblivious. Here's another example. Koalas love to eat eucalyptus leaves that they pluck from trees. If you give them a leaf, like actually hand it to them or put it on a plate, they're likely not to eat them because they're only used to plucking them out of trees themselves. So it's universally accepted that koalas aren't that intellectually gifted. But what if we told you that their intelligence may actually be a survival mechanism, a natural selection advantage? Survival of the fittest. Isn't that what they say? Natural selection only allows those who adapt to survive in the environments they're in. Not exactly the fittest, koalas are the last animals you would think are survival specialists, but they have beaten other animals evolution-wise. Eucalyptus leaves are known to be toxic to most animals, offering very little in terms of nutritional value. And while, yes, it takes an eternity for them to eat because chewing the leaves takes a lot of strength, and it takes around 4 days to digest them, but those leaves have actually ensured the survival of the species even in the face of an ever-evolving environment, not to mention frequent fires that have changed Australia's vegetation. For humans, our brains consume about 20% of our body's energy, even though brains only represent 2% of our body mass. Koalas' brains look a lot different than ours. Their smooth brains lack folds, which are meant to increase the surface area for neurons. That means the very way their brains are shaped means they lack higher-level cognition. Koalas have chosen a lifestyle for themselves that doesn't require that much brain power. Their lives consist of perching on high trees, allowing them to live peacefully. A few hours every day, they chew on eucalyptus leaves, and then they sleep for 20 hours. They also sleep peacefully, knowing that no predator will likely attack them while they're on their trees. Research shows that animals with a lot of food access and relatively little to no predators have lower intelligence. Why would they need to grow smarter if they don't have to protect themselves from predators or find clever ways to eat? Koalas may just be the way they are because they get everything they want whenever they want it, and they have the world's longest naps.
Check out this video. It's specially selected for you. You'll like it.